So, I am never one to be shy of exploiting people for their stupidity, especially when it comes down to VWD. So, I'm making this video now as I am very emotional right now. Anything is the best time to do it. So, yesterday I went to Mather Hospital in Suffolk County, Long Island, New York, because I started to have left elbow pain, pain I never really experienced before with no trauma. My initial thought was joint bleed, but I needed to make sure. So I went to the hospital, let them know. I got immediate blood work and x-ray, and the x-ray showed that I had a joint bleed. So they kept me overnight after a dose of infusion. They said I needed another one, and that hematology needed to come down and talk to me this morning. So I said, okay. So hematology comes down to speak to me, and they didn't even know that I was ordered an additional x-ray. They were under the impression that their plan should be admission and infusions and to be monitored. And they were convinced that this is a joint bleed, there's swelling, there's redness, there's warmth. Something just didn't add up. The ER doctors, however, were like, I didn't have to be in the ER for this, which was true, which is the plan was to admit me for this. So the ER doc sent the hematology team down again, and they came with 2 additional doctors, and we exploited our options. And the options were to be admitted for an MRI to find exactly where the bleed was coming from, and then to continue to infuse, or just go home today and infuse and follow up with the HTC. So I said, well, there's no point of me really being admitted for an MRI for a day if I'm going to continue to infuse. I asked them that even if I did get admitted for the MRI and we found the source of the bleeding, would it change the game plan? They said no. I said, fine, you're not going to get any more money out of me. So if the game plan is to continue to infuse, I'm going to go home and continue to infuse and follow up with the HTC. However, please contact my HTC, as they've been requesting to speak to you all day, so that you can assure that this medical decision that we are coming up to collectively is correct, because I'm not a medical doctor to make that decision. So please contact them, as they've been requesting all day. Yeah, no problem. Next thing you know, I'm getting discharged, and I'm like, hold on, did the doctors talk to the HTC? Oh, we don't know, or no, but you're getting discharged. And I'm like, okay, well, that's not the plan. So let's make sure the HTC was contacted. And then I'm advised that the port is being de-accessed. And I said, wait, hold on. I've never left the hospital with a de-access port. And for my patients who have port, you're going to completely understand what I'm saying. So the plan was to continue to infuse. So the plan is to keep the port accessed. And for patients who do not have ports, the more you access and the more you de-access a port is a serious higher chance of an infection. And for those who have followed me, I'm sorry, I'm about to cry. You know that I've had at least 2 port infections, and they were really serious. So I told them, I said, listen, I don't feel comfortable being discharged with a de-access port, and I'm supposed to go home and infuse. So you're telling me you're going to de-access me, send me home to infuse so I can re-access, which means I'm going outside and with an open puncture wound, and I'm going home to re-puncture the wound. Like, that makes no sense. So they went as far as they could to get the highest doctor, the highest nurse, to tell me that it was state law that they don't let patients leave. Now, patients who have IVs are not supposed to leave, but there's plenty of patients who have ports who leave the ERs with their ports accessed due to continuous treatment. So I told them to call back the hematology team, told them to come back downstairs so we can rediscuss the plan. Because if you're going to de-access the port, then I don't feel that I should go home and continue to infuse. You should admit me and continue to infuse me then, because there makes no sense why I should go home with a de-access port and infuse again with the potential of an infection. And on top of that, I'm bleeding into my joint. Now, just to backtrack a little bit, I had already infused yesterday. So between yesterday and today, which was 12 hours at the time, the elbow got worse. I'm gonna show you a picture about that and shortly so you can see the difference. So in 12 hours it got worse. Now who's to say it's not gonna get worse in 12 more hours? So the ER nurse, mind you, the ER nurse that was my nurse, we have worked together before. She knows my case. She was actually there for one of my infections. So she has an attitude with me because I'm telling her not to deaccess my port. And she's like, well, you're not important. I have other sick patients who are actually sick and you're not sick. So yeah, okay, whatever. Okay, whatever. Well, that's what they said. That's what I'm gonna do. That's how she talked to me, guys. And I looked at her like, are you kidding me? Sandy. Yep, I'm saying her name. Sandy. I can't believe that you really talk to me like that. You of all people know I've already had port infection and you've treated it and you know my history. Why would you not fight to get the team to come back downstairs to rediscuss the plan? So then I guess the charge nurse or the teaching nurse, whatever the hell she is, she says, well, it's state law. We deaccess your port. The hematology team is not coming back down again. They're not changing their plan per the ER doc and the hematology doc's team conversation. Whatever the decision is about the port, you're not going to be admitted. It doesn't change the plan. It does change the plan because now that the plan is to continue to infuse, you're deaccessing my port. You're increasing my risk for infection. You're causing two problems that I only came in here for one. So now I'm upset. I'm upset because I'm being told that I'm not important. I'm being told that there was sicker patients than myself. I'm being told that they're deaccessing my port without my permission. I'm being told that they did not contact my HTC per my request, per their request, okay? No, on top of all of this, I want you guys to hear this part. On top of all of this, that I'm arguing with the nurse about how important I know I am. I had the HTC on the phone in my ear, screaming about how they wanted to be contacted, they needed to follow protocol, and that I should not be leaving until they speak to them. I mean, how do you guys think I feel? I mean, what was the only thing I think I could do? I'm not going to fight with these people. They deaccessed my port. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to access the port again. My team wants me to infuse. I'm scared to reaccess the port. And I for those of you who are saying, why don't you just butterfly or get an IV? I can't. I have no vein access. It's been confirmed, which is why I live with a port. It's not as easy as it is for everybody else for me. So now the HTC, they're concerned. They want to make sure that I didn't develop inhibitors against the VWD. They just want to make sure I'm okay. So I you know, it's a matter of me just driving out there, just going to their ER or just continue to infuse. And that's what they said. They said, listen, you can continue to infuse or you can come out here. It's really up to you. Now, then I get more upset about this. I have a job. I have to work tomorrow and I have a blood disorder that I have to deal with. And I can't, you know, I can't deal with it the way I want to because I have to work. Can you imagine how that feels? I know if I call out, it's a whole big ordeal. I have this bleed, and I want to take care of it, but then I have to go all the way to the city. And just being told I wasn't important enough today, like, I'm not important because you have other sick patients. Mind you, I heard half of their cases. Somebody's here for nausea, someone's here for chest discomfort, but completely anal times 3. Like, and not to belittle their cases, but like, none of us were coding. Your job was to take care of all of us, and none of us were coding. And you're telling me that you couldn't go out of your way to get the hematology team to come back downstairs to confirm what the plan is to going forward? What if the plan was to say, okay, let's just admit her then. Let's continue the infusion so she stays on track. So if this bleed is getting worse, we can monitor it. I would think that would be the best medical advice ever. But no, I'm home now with an elbow I can barely move and a poor DX test. And I have to work in the morning. I barely got any sleep last night. How many times do I tell you guys don't let anybody tell you no? How many times? This is one of the reasons why, because they make you feel like this. They make you feel like shit. She had the audacity to tell me I was not important enough. Literally, those were the words that came out of her mouth. And then I told her, don't touch me, don't come near me, and don't you discharge me. Don't come near me. I didn't even sign the discharge paperwork. I don't even care. I don't care. I don't care. I just now, I mean, guys, you know I'm going to take care of myself. I'm not going to sit here and just let this happen. I just need to kind of get over this ordeal. And then I'm going to stand up and say, I am Nikki. I know von Willebrand disease better than anyone in Suffolk County, and I'm going to take care of myself. But I am allowed to break down sometimes and feel like this, because I feel like moments like this make me stronger, and moments like this make me fight for you and fight for more patients who are going through this like I am right now, and this only gives me strength. So don't worry, just give me a second. I'm gonna come back. I just need this to happen, and then watch. I'm gonna show. I'm definitely making a complaint to Mather Hospital. I definitely am. A bleeding disorder patient is not important enough. Someone who's bleeding in their left elbow joint. Okay. Anyway, thanks for listening as always, and remember, stay strong, because we are only here to fight and make a difference, and I will make sure I do that.